that's a very good comment, actually. I know other centers, for instance, Berka has started doing dosimetry. They didn't do that before either. They know very well what they're doing. And I think, actually, that Rotterdam is considering to do that, too, and may even consider to do that to be able to give more cycles than 4. But I think I agree with you, it should be an international standard. And we have, guidelines in the ENETs that we have written. I don't know what it says in the nuclear, that it should be included in the ENETs guidelines at least. So it is important if a patient has received lutetium and a very high dose in the kidney, that may affect what the patient can receive afterwards, for instance, chemotherapy or everolimus, if the kidneys have had too high dose of radioactivity. So it should be a routine, actually.
Can I just comment? That's a really good point. It's outside of obviously my own personal govern, but to defend Rotterdam, it's not saying that it's defendable. They have been the major lead in terms of getting through lutetium and yttrium before that. They've really made a huge progress. But that doesn't say that they can't modify what they're doing, and I think your point is really valid. To sort of address those issues and some of the issues that are brought in by this new clinical trial, Derek mentioned it, called NETTER-1, there's very important data that's coming through. We now have invited on the advisory board of ENETs, the European level, 2 additional nuclear medicine specialists in this field, because we need to have adequate representation for you as a group internationally. So the point is really well accepted.
Did they do dosimetry in the NETTER trial?
I think they did in the NETTER.
No, it would have been an excellent study to do dosimetry at the same time.
Yeah. Oh. We haven't seen the publication. It's just been orally presented so far. It's important. And the other thing, and Tommy mentioned this before, and also Derek, but I noticed, I think, as far as I remember, Tommy, you mentioned this to me, that PRRT now in the UK has been sort of almost outlawed. It went off sort of reimbursement. So you can imagine the sort of headache that some of them are having over there now. Now, obviously, they might have to wait until this treatment is registered as a sort of an official license for it in this indication again. But overnight, a country could come in, their health government could sort of say, well, we're not doing that any longer. So having a few places of options, I think, is a valid thing, as well.